All right, everybody, I wanted to do an unboxing video because I have a feeling what's inside here, inside this box, is going to be a really cool replacement part for this leg hose holder thing, whatever they call that piece. Because this thing here is it's I know a lot of people are making them out of rubber, and the ones in the movie are rubber, and this one's 3D printed, and it's just kind of hard and heavy and flops around. So I wanted to come up with something that would replace that, and hopefully still fit this hose. And so yeah, that should be what's in the box. So I'll show you what's in here. And I might have to make some adjustments to it. Might be a bit too big for starters. That's pretty cool. It's got the right color. All right, see these? So one I'm just going to keep. The other one is going to likely replace this. So these are collapsible, foldable funnels, okay? And like it might be a bit too big to go on there, so I might end up having to cut it. Luckily it's the right color of gray. But I'll pop that out there. There we go, that's pretty cool, eh? So I might end up cutting the back rim off. And I hope that the hose will fit in here as like a tight grip. And if it doesn't fit right in the end here, then I might be able to cut it a little bit further back, and it should, because that kind of tapers a bit, so maybe will hopefully fit a little bit further back there. But we'll see if it fits. Because you want it like, yeah, there we go, like a nice snug fit. Check that out. Isn't that cool? And these are like $10 or something on Amazon. And look at that. That's perfect. That's so cool. So I'll probably have to cut away the back rim here. And I might have to go as high as, let's see. So this part here folds in. That part there folds inwards and down. And the next, so I might have to go all the way up to this second edge here. Oops, I'll flip that around to show it to you. And that's a really good fit. So I might have to cut away everything below this angled part there, below that part that just sunk in, and cut all the way up to here, which would mean that it would be pretty much that exact size. So as long as it still collapses in, so that would sink down to this level, and as long as that part and this part and that part all still tuck in like that, that way you can still remove the hose, and you know, this thing doesn't bounce into things. It'll just collapse into your uniform, into the flight suit. So yeah, that's pretty darn awesome. I like that a lot. I'm afraid to cut it just because of how much I have to cut off, but we'll see. I'll cut from here back, so everything from here up, and see what happens when I do that. All right, so I've cut away a portion of the funnel at the back here, and I think along this edge here is where I'm going to sew I haven't figured out how I'm going to sew that yet, but I guess I'll have to do it by hand. The cool thing is that it's silicone, but the unfortunate thing is nothing sticks to silicone other than something called silicone adhesive, or maybe caulking, but I don't think that'll even stick to it. So it's going to have to be sewn on. If you see here, there's a chalk outline, so I think that's where I want it rather than down here. That seems a little bit low, like from the pictures that I've seen online. But luckily, like, there's no hole here, so if I just remove those stitches, then everything should be good. I might have to cut a bit of a hole in here, pop this through from the back, and then stitch around this outer edge. So that only this wall up is will be visible. But yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't get in there with a sewing machine. I don't think I'd be able to anyways, because it's like a tube, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to hand stitch it, which I'm not really good at. All right, so I ended up tracing a Gatorade lid just with a pencil, and then so you can see where that chalk line is. Oops, there we go. You can see that where that chalk line was, which is pretty well faded now. And I traced on the inside of that with the Gatorade lid. And then this is going to poke up through from behind. Just like so. Just like so, which is what I'm going to do next. Sew that on there somehow. Now you can see how the material is fraying after I cut it. So I think what I might try to do is like coat it with some clear Flex Seal. So I'm going to mask off this area with like a piece of cardboard and just get this outer ring here, spray some Flex Seal so that this is all rubberized and hopefully won't fray after that. And then that'll give me a chance to sew everything, and then I'll just kind of reinforce that a little bit more. All right, so I'm out in the garage right now. On the inside of the pant leg, I have some cardboard, and I cut a hole and some more cardboard, and I'm going to Flex Seal this frayed edge here, and then that should hopefully keep it from fraying. There we go. All right, now there's quite a color difference now after having used the Flex Seal, but I'm hoping once that dries, then it won't be as noticeable. But that should give me a chance to sew through here without having it fray. All right, so I got that sewn on, and I'm not really happy with my sewing job because it looks like a total mess. So I'll probably just try to cover that up with some tan colored paint, or even some gray paint, you know, whatever's going to make that look a little cleaner. And I'm not all that confident with the tightness of the threads. See over here how it's like kind of bunching and stuff. So on the inside, what I'm going to do is hit it with some crazy glue, because that's what we do when we're uncertain about things. We use crazy glue. Okay, so I know like crazy glue is not really going to stick to the silicone, but it's going to hold the threads in place. So that's all that really matters. Check it out. There it is. Look at that. That could not have worked better than what I had imagined. That's awesome. For the hose connector, that's so perfect. So like if the hose gets tipped down like this or out to the side or whatever, so it's got a lot of flexibility. And then when you don't want to wear the hose, you just push that in, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable, doesn't feel heavy or anything. You don't even know it's there. On the glue on the inside, it's really scratchy, even here, like because I glued where all the stitching was, because I wasn't all that happy with my stitching job, and I wanted it nice and firm on there. But just as long as you're wearing pants or whatever underneath, or you could put something on the back on the inside, just to make it a little bit softer. But yeah, I'm happy with the position of it, and I'll go ahead and attach the hose, and that fits in here nice and snug. I'll attach this to put that end on here first. I know it's supposed to go around the belt, but I'm just going to put it on here right now. And then that can just hang down like this. It can go in there like that. There you go. Push it in a bit further if I want. Yeah, that's much better. See, that way when it flops around, like when the tube flops around, this thing moves with it. And it's not pulling on the fabric or putting a lot of stress on the fabric that way. Wonder how it would look if I doubled it up. If I double up the hose. Do it like this. Yeah, even that looks pretty good. It's got a lot of mobility. Yeah, let me know what you think of that funnel idea. So give that a try. You can find them on Amazon. I'll include a link somewhere in the description, I guess. All right, take care.